England have just beaten Germany 2-0, and it's the first time we've beaten Germany in knockout football since 1966. I'm recording this literally straight after the final whistle's gone, and I can't really believe what's just happened. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. I was expecting a cagey affair. I was expecting us to draw, maybe a 0-0 and go to extra time and potentially penalties, because it does seem to always end up with penalties against the Germans. But it didn't go that way. Going into the game, the lineup was actually very similar to what I put as my Euro squad, what I would have gone with. So if you want to check that video out, that's a couple of weeks ago. And it was very similar. The only differences being that Trippier started at right wing back instead of Reece James, and Saka started instead of, I think, Foden. I think I had up there. But the key point being that Rice and Phillips played in that holding midfield together, and they were both brilliant today. One would stay and one would go, and I did actually talk about that in that video. So one would stay, one would go. Rice maybe with a bit better at driving with the ball, Phillips with his passing range, and they affected the game quite a lot. Breaking up the play from people like Tony Kroos in the midfield, who we know is a certified baller. You've got to stop people like that getting into their flow, and I think we did that well today. We were lucky in some senses because there was the chance where Hummels, bloody hell, yeah, he'd be far up the pitch, wouldn't he? Muller went through on goal and missed, and like Klinsmann said, 9 times out of 10 he scores that, and we got the one time where he missed. So I would say very lucky, but you make your own luck, and Pickford pulled off some unbelievable saves, especially that one from the Havertz volley. So they did have their chances, but in the end we took ours, and they both came from similar positions, balls into the box, into that corridor of uncertainty between the defenders and the keeper. First one obviously coming from Sterling, and I said to my girlfriend after Sterling scored that, I said, is it just going to be Sterling scores every goal for England in this tournament and we win it or something? I'm sure that would be a new record, but not to be, wasn't to be. Harry Kane managed to head one in, and hopefully, as Shearer said, that's him off now. That's him off and running. He can get a few more. But brilliant today. We held when we needed to. We defended when we needed to, and when we finally got that bit of space in late in the second half, we made it count, and we actually managed to score a couple of goals. Which, honestly, when it went 1-0, I was thinking that we'd have to just hold on to it and see it out. But in the end, it went 2-0. But then after the France, Switzerland and the Croatia, Spain games of yesterday, I wasn't 100% that they weren't just going to score 2 goals in there between the 87th minute and the 94th or whatever it may be. So yeah, I can't believe that we've beaten Germany, and we're onto the next game, the quarterfinals against either Sweden or Ukraine. By the time this video goes out, you'll probably know who that is. But I think we've got a good chance against either of them. Sweden, we might have the psychological edge because we beat them in the World Cup in 2018. In the same, I think it was in the quarters, wasn't it? It was either the quarters or the round of 16, so a similar round. And we've beaten them before, so we know we can do that. So hopefully we go through that and get into the semis. But like I say, ecstatic that we've managed to beat Germany. I couldn't believe it. Brilliant to have 40,000 fans back in Wembley, making an absolute racket, and for once not be on the receiving end of a round of 16 knockout or a quarter-final knockout against Germany or Italy or whoever we've been knocked out by in the past. Brilliant stuff, and I can't wait for the next round. Yeah, just wanted to give like a gut reaction to that game. I thought Phillips, Rice and Sterling were the standouts in that game. Sterling always wanted to run at them and get at them. I think maybe Saka could have come off a little bit earlier, because although he was very effective in the first half, I think he could have been swapped for Grealish a little bit earlier into the second half, and that would have meant that maybe Grealish could have got on the ball a bit more and had a bit more time to try and get into the game. As it was, we've won 2-0, so it's not the end of the world, but maybe that's something to look at for the next game. But I have a feeling we might go back to a back four for that game. But yeah, brilliant performance. Harry Maguire, John Stones, Kyle Walker, all very good at the back. The only times we looked like conceding was from our mistakes, where Sterling passed it to Muller, and maybe the Goretzka one where he went running through. But in the end, we've got no suspensions for the next round, and we're through to the next round, so absolutely brilliant. So that's going to be it from this video, but like I say, there'll be some more England related content this weekend, and there'll be some Leeds related content this weekend as well. So yeah, subscribe if you're not, like the video if you haven't, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.